Wrestling fans, get ready for an earth-shattering twist in the wrestling world, because Jon Moxley has just set the entire industry on fire with a move that no one saw coming. In a move that could reshape the future of professional wrestling, the unpredictable and fearless AEW superstar has boldly and publicly challenged none other than Roman Reigns, the undisputed face of WWE. Moxley isn't just throwing shade, he's issuing a full-blown invitation, daring Reigns to abandon the WWE ship and join him in AEW, where Moxley claims the real wrestling revolution is happening. This bombshell has sent shockwaves across the wrestling community, with fans and insiders alike wondering if this could be one of the most daring and dramatic power plays in wrestling history. Moxley's challenge didn't come quietly either. During a post-show backstage segment following AEW Dynamite, Moxley looked directly into the lens and spoke with chilling clarity, saying, "Roman, it's time to leave that sinking ship. Come to AEW. Let's take over the business, like we always should have." The internet went into a frenzy the moment those words aired, with speculation and debates lighting up every corner of social media. Roman Reigns, arguably the most dominant and consistent champion WWE has ever produced, is currently caught in a high-stakes contract dispute with the company. As rumors swirl about backstage unrest and power struggles within WWE leadership, the timing of Moxley's message couldn't be more explosive. Reports suggest that Triple H's own position is under threat amid internal chaos, adding more fuel to the already raging fire. Meanwhile, Paul Heyman has quietly orchestrated the rise of a new dominant faction on Raw, Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed, effectively isolating Reigns and potentially preparing for a WWE without him. Could AEW actually do the impossible and convince Roman Reigns to jump ship? It sounds wild, but nothing seems off the table anymore. And just when you think it couldn't get any more intense, Moxley dropped another verbal grenade, growling, "You think WWE respects you? They'll use you up and toss you aside. Over here, we run this. No corporate games. No suits. Just real wrestling." The statement was raw, emotional, and a direct shot at the very culture of WWE. If Reigns even begins to consider the offer, it could signal a crisis of epic proportions for WWE. Triple H's worst fears could be unfolding. If Reigns walks, and Triple H's grip on power slips, the entire WWE machine could find itself spinning out of control. And that may be exactly what Paul Heyman is counting on. His new power trio on Raw isn't just dominating, they're thriving. There's talk that Rollins, Breaker, and Reed are being positioned as WWE's next marquee stars, whether or not Roman Reigns decides to stay. It raises an intriguing question. Is this part of a calculated plan by Heyman to reshape WWE's future in the wake of Reigns' potential departure? Moxley's challenge isn't just idle talk. It's a strategic strike. AEW could offer Reigns what WWE hasn't: creative autonomy, fresh matchups with top-tier talent like Kenny Omega and MJF, and the dream scenario of a Shield reunion with Moxley and possibly even Rollins, should WWE's new alliance eventually implode. This isn't just a simple contract negotiation, it's a battle for the soul of wrestling. The stakes have never been higher. Will Roman Reigns take the leap and redefine his legacy outside WWE? Is Triple H's leadership hanging by a thread? Could Heyman's faction be the beginning of a new wrestling era, with or without the tribal chief? Share your thoughts, join the conversation, and stay locked in, because when Jon Moxley speaks, the entire wrestling world pays attention. This story is far from over, and it might just change everything. Wrestling fans, buckle up, because what's happening right now might be one of the most dramatic and potentially game-changing moments in professional wrestling history. Jon Moxley, the unpredictable, no-holds-barred star of All Elite Wrestling, AEW, has just sent shockwaves through the industry with a bold and defiant statement that could reshape the landscape of sports entertainment forever. In a stunning and unexpected move, Moxley has publicly called out Roman Reigns, yes, the Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, the face of WWE, and invited him to walk away from the global juggernaut that is WWE and join him in AEW, where, according to Moxley, the real revolution in wrestling is happening. This isn't just some offhand remark or casual jab. No, this was a calculated, passionate, and piercing challenge delivered directly to the heart of WWE. During a backstage interview following an electrifying episode of AEW Dynamite, Moxley didn't mince words. He stared into the camera with that familiar intensity and said with absolute conviction, "Roman, it's time to leave that sinking ship. Come to AEW. Let's run this business like we were always meant to." The wrestling world didn't just hear those words, it felt them. Within minutes, social media exploded, wrestling forums went into meltdown, and speculation reached a fever pitch. Was this just another promo? Or was Moxley deadly serious? All signs point to the latter. Let's not forget, Jon Moxley and Roman Reigns have history. A deep, storied history dating back to their days in the Shield, one of the most iconic factions in WWE history. They've fought together, bled together, and been part of some of the most legendary moments in modern wrestling. And now, years later, Moxley is throwing down the gauntlet and daring Reigns to join him on the other side, to break free from the corporate structure of WWE and embrace something raw, something real, something unscripted. And this call to arms comes at a particularly volatile time. Roman Reigns, despite being the longest reigning and most dominant WWE champion in decades, is currently embroiled in a tense and potentially career-defining contract dispute with the company. Reports have surfaced suggesting that negotiations have stalled and that WWE is struggling to secure Reigns' long-term commitment. Behind the scenes, WWE itself appears to be facing serious instability. Triple H, who was once seen as the heir apparent to the WWE empire, is now reportedly fighting to hold onto his own position amid internal turmoil and shifting power dynamics. The leadership is fractured and the future uncertain. Enter Paul Heyman, the ever-strategic mastermind, who seems to be playing his own game. In the midst of Reigns' contract troubles, Heyman has quietly assembled a new faction on Raw consisting of Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed, a trio that is currently running roughshod over the roster. With Reigns seemingly pushed to the sidelines and isolated from the action, whispers have emerged suggesting that WWE may already be planning for life without him. Could Heyman be making a contingency plan? Is this WWE's way of preparing for a post-Roman era? Meanwhile, Moxley's message lands like a thunderclap. "You think WWE respects you?" he growled during the same interview. "They'll use you up and throw you away. Over here, we run things. No suits. No politics. Just wrestling." It wasn't just a statement. It was a declaration of war. A war between two visions of professional wrestling, one driven by boardrooms and corporate agendas, and another fueled by passion, grit, and creative freedom. Moxley is offering Reigns something WWE never could: true autonomy, dream matchups against names like Kenny Omega, MJF, and maybe even a reimagined Shield reunion that brings Rollins.